guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm here at a mansion up in the woods of Salt Lake City, Utah, because guess what? It's for a very good reason, and this is the reason right next to me. This is it. This is your all-new 2025 Nissan Armada. This one is the top dog trim. It's the Platinum Reserve. But before we get into this full body on frame, full-size, four-wheel drive SUV with some luxury attributes to it, let's talk about what's going on here. Nissan. When it comes to Nissan, the largest SUV they have is the Armada. Of course, they still have their other flavors. You could get into a Kicks. That's going to be the smallest. Then, of course, the Murano, the Rogue, the Pathfinder, and the Armada. Now, the great news is that if you've always wanted an Armada that was very similar to the Nissan Patrol around the world, this is going to be the one to get because it is not watered down at all. So you're going to get 70 years of off-roading excellence. Goes back, believe it or not, to 1951 originally. The first time they sold a Patrol, and the only time they sold a Patrol here in the United States, was from 62 to 69. But with this being all new, lots of tough competition. You have your GMC Yukon Denali. You have your Chevy Tahoe High Country, your Expedition. Lots of different brands bringing what they think is the best full-size luxury SUV to market. Is this Armada Platinum Reserve trim the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive into ours and find out. Right off the bat, I've always admired the shape of the Armada. Armada first appeared, believe it or not, back in 2004 here in the United States, and you could see that distinct lineage from the early Armada to this most recent one. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I'm not a Platinum Reserve kind of guy or Platinum Reserve kind of girl. I want something a little different, a different trim. Well, guess what? They do have other trims. This is just the top one. You have, of course, SL, SV. You got a new Pro 4X, regular Platinum, and then you have Pro 4X Premium, and then Platinum Reserve. So you have many different ways to spec your Armada. Now, at the front of the business, what you're going to find is that C-shape, very distinct C-shape interlocking headlight design. And one thing you'll notice, besides everything being LED, your turn signals, your daytime running lamps, and your headlights, is that the design followed the chrome trim. It actually flows. The grille is where the chrome trim starts, and it flows into those headlight housings. It does that on purpose because this design element here with those horizontal chrome bars goes back to the 1962 Patrol. That was the one that was sold here in the United States, like I said, from 62 to 69. Now, working our way down, because this is the top Platinum Reserve trim, you're going to get some shiny chrome bits, and they surround an LED fog lamp, functional corner air curtains, and this front fascia is unique to this trim because the Pro 4X has a totally different front end. Now, as we come across that V-Motion grille, love the way you got that updated Nissan badge from just a couple years ago. They hid the forward-facing camera nicely within the badge. Some gloss black, but I'm glad they didn't go too over top, too overboard with the chrome. Like you get a Yukon Denali, you better get yourself some GMC Ray-Ban sunglasses because it's got a lot of chrome on the front end. This has a nice balance to where it's not too sort of gaudy in your face. I like it. I like it with the gloss black, the chrome. Working your way down, we do have some flat black, but we do have functionality because remember, V8 is gone. We now have twin turbocharged power, and I'm really digging how they did this style to the lower front fascia area. But let me know what you think right off the bat looking at this new Armada. Are you liking the look? Especially compared to the previous generation. Now, as we rise up, you're going to get a big, bold hood, but it has some nice, bold, crisp lines to it. Really gives it a good signature style, but it also shows that Nissan family connection to the Rogue, to the Kicks, so on and so forth. Now, as we come around the bend, I hope you like big wheels because these are manhole cover size, 22-inch wheel, machined aluminum parts, and then you have this gunmetal metallic gray. And then with the wheels and tire setup, if you're wondering, well, Joe, what is the size of these tires? You're looking at 275 on the width, 50 series sidewall, and for the first time in our Armada, we have 4-corner air ride suspension. Now on the previous gen, you had airbags on the rear. That was for when you hitch a trailer up or something like that. This vehicle you could actually raise and lower. You could raise it 3 inches, almost 3 inches higher, or drop it down an inch from the standard position based off of what mode you're in and what you're trying to do with your Nissan Armada. Love the way there's no body color, everything is body color. There's no cladding, no body cladding on the side. And then just like up front, they did the same thing, a little bit of balance of the chrome finish with the gloss black. And I like the way they did that C-shape locking design, just like on the headlights. Now you are going to get gloss black on the mirror caps, your 360-degree cameras, nice and built in, your turn signals, and then of course, that two-tone. Nissan is one of those early adopters of bringing two-tone paint jobs with a different roof color compared to the body. It actually was the Nissan Maxima, which was their first vehicle to do that just a few years ago. And it's kind of crazy to think that the Maxima is going bye-bye after this year, on top of the Ultima as well. Now, you do have color-matched door handles. I like the way they went with this nice sort of like brushed aluminum style, only to the bottom. They left it gloss black to match the roof and the roof rails, but then you have this nice sort of machined aluminum finish across the bottom here. You have your stationary running boards with your body color. And then working towards the rear, I like the way they're doing this side badge with the Armada. The silver is because of this being a Platinum Reserve trim, the Armada name stamped in, good size rear quarter glass, and then swinging around back, just like we started up front. It just has a nice, bold, muscular appearance, and it looks familiar. You have your long roof spoiler, no exposed wiper, so we don't have to worry about that zonk. We have extra lighting in the liftback. This is unique to the Pro 4X and the Platinum Reserve Armada name. Look at that bright silver, and I'm glad that they stuck it on the trim rather than on the body itself. And then boy, oh boy, that's a bold badge. Platinum Reserve. And working our way down to ground level, what do we got going on here? Nice, clean underneath. You remove this off, you could tow up to 8,500 pounds because don't forget, underneath the hood, we have that 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 pumping out 425 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque, and made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. But why don't we go ahead, let's get inside and see what this Platinum Reserve is bringing. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 redesigned Nissan Armada Platinum Reserve. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I want a full-size body-on-frame SUV. I really, really like the Armada. I always have. Is there a price yet? No official pricing, but expected to be competitive with the Sequoia, with the Yukon, with the Tahoe, and the rest of them. But let's see what Nissan is bringing on this Platinum Reserve. If you're ready, I'm ready. To the door panels. Love the two-tone. So you're going to have that baseball glove tan material, nice soft touch, especially that darker section. And then you'll notice that we have the premium clipped 15-speaker sound system up top, in the middle, and then down below you got a door pocket that's large enough easily, I would say, for 4 cheeseburgers from Mickey D's and a Coke to wash it down. Now going from the door panel to the dash, love the attention to detail, the stitching, soft touch. Look at the way you got that darker shade within the two with the stitching, real wood finish. And then they even bring the soft material onto the side. Down below, this is where you could put your fanny pack, you could put a Louis Vuitton purse, a wallet, maybe even some Rolexes down there just for fun. Now, as you come on in, Platinum Reserve, just like many of the other trims, get the 14.3-inch double. So 2 14.3-inch screens, full touchscreen, Google Assistant, Google Maps, everything on the screen you could access, heated seats, ventilated seats, and you have front seats massage on the Platinum Reserve. Cameras out the wazoo, nice clear resolution. You got your trajectory lines. I then can do a nice wide angle 180. You could also do where you could see through the front of the vehicle and have your 3D. Check that out. That's pretty wild, having that type of technology. Look at that, all from the fingertip. And then we go back to home, and then that's where we started. So look at that. How about some apps? We got apps in here? You sure do. You got your dash cam that's all automatically built in. Look at the way it's hooked up. So you don't have to have a bunch of things dangling all over your freaking vehicle. We could even do inside cam. Hey, look, there's Lori. Well, wait, let me show it back. I went too fast. There she is. That's pretty cool. That's the technology Nissan's bringing with this new Armada. And then hit the home, and then where we are. And you can bring up 3 screens at once. Continue our way down. You have your electric release for your trailer. You got your different drive modes. Real buttons for everything. Heated seats, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. That's for your 4x4. This is obviously for your 9-speed automatic transmission. You could raise and lower the vehicle. Wood trim, slide it open, wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs, 2 cup holders, the Armada name. Open this guy up. Look at all the room you have in here. Here is your key. No longer is it the key where it looks like Noah used it on his Ark. This is the newer style key with the new Nissan badge, felt lining. So you could easily put, I would say, 5 magic 8 balls in there. And then if you have a question about life, like should you have another kid? Should you get married? Should you quit your job? Ask one of your magic 8 balls. The reason I say ask your magic 8 balls is have a few of them because they give you different answers every time. The seats, the leather, look at the quilted stitching, the two-tone, loving it. 12-way adjustable with the massage seat setting. And of course, I have full electric assist here. And then you got that power shade for our panoramic sunroof. And then the cherry on top of this SUV Sunday is the digital rearview mirror. But why don't you get your butt over here? I got 14.3 inches I want to show you on the business end. Come on over. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings. There's all your power seat controls. You see that guy right there? That is the massage setting to adjust your massage seats. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here. Steering wheel, beautiful. The leather, love the different color stitching to match the different browns and tans in here. You do have gloss black on the switchgear, which is going to cause fingerprints, but what are you going to do? You do have paddles on the back of the wheel, 9-speed automatic transmission, and you have your electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you see this little box here? That's for your Pro Pilot Assist. So standard on all the trims is Pro Pilot Assist 1.1. This has the optional 2.1 hands-off autonomous driving. So that's what that device is there for, to measure your eye movement. And then, of course, you have your 14.3-inch screen, lots of different information to show, plus you got your different modes. So they got you covered every which way. And what's cool is depending on the mode, adjust the level of the suspension. So that's all automatic. But why don't we go ahead? We got 2 more rows to show. Let's get back there and see if your passengers are going to like this new Armada. All right, guys, mid-road time, and this Platinum Reserve has the captain's chair set up. So you actually have the same great leather, the same great stitching as the people up front. This armrest is sad. I need a beefier armrest. So that is a zonk. Plus the fact that these are just heated seats, not ventilated seats on a Platinum Reserve. Come on. But anyways, backs of the seats, the soft material. You do have these nice pockets. You could put maybe a Reader's Digest, a TV guide back here to check out your TV shows. If you don't know what that is, then I would Google it. You do have, of course, your AC controls with your digital readouts, 2 USB-Cs, a 12-volt. I'm sitting here, and remember, I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. I like the way they got the AC vents up high. And then, of course, the seats slide. And the seats recline a little bit, just a little bit. And then I like this little center console area, 2 cup holders, 2 USB-Cs, and a place for 2 Twinkies. So that's nicely done. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see how much room there is for your passengers in the 3rd row of the Armada. All right, guys, 3rd row time, and it's actually quite impressive the amount of room that's back here. You'll notice that my knees are at a good height. I'm not even close to the headliner, but you want to see a magic trick? Alakazam, you have power reclining 3rd row seats, which is really nice. AC vents that are almost blowing me away here. Nice cool air, USB-Cs. And then another thing to remember is, if you've ever wondered why are there no sunshades on any of the rear passenger doors on the Armada, that's because they use this UV laser protection that actually cuts out about 99% of that infrared UV lighting. So you don't have all the heat and the glare build up. Plus, remember, you got lots of headroom back here. And these nice headroom, and they did the same great seat material. They didn't go cheap on the 3rd row. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the cargo area and see what we could haul in this Armada. All right, guys, time to get in that tailgate area. Push the button, nice electric assist. What you're gonna be greeted to is a substantial amount of room, even with the 3rd row up. And that's what I've always liked about the Armada. Lift this up, you do have storage for those little Debbie treats in the back for when you're going camping. Maybe you're going on a little trip, you put the headrest down real easily. They're all manual, but it slides down nicely. And here's where we show off all the different switch gear that we have to raise and lower the back of the Armada, and then also to raise and lower the rear 3rd row and the mid row. And it's real simple. You just hit the button and it's all one touch operation. 60-40 split is going to help maximize your space. And then of course that mid row will also fold down as well with the captain's chairs. Now, depending on the trim, don't forget, you can get a bench seat as well if you're not into the captain's chairs. And just like other vehicles, we do have the USB-Cs. They were hard to show when I was sitting back there, but there's your USB-C and your 2 cup holders nicely placed. You know, it's a sunny day. It's a nice day. And I know you want to go for a drive. We're not at that point yet. This is the first look. But stay tuned, because eventually we will be getting behind the wheel of this new Armada. But until then, let's wrap it up from Salt Lake City. All right, guys. Like I said, it's been a great day being out here in Salt Lake City. I want to thank the whole Nissan team for getting us access to this 2025 totally redesigned Armada, especially the Platinum Reserve trim. Let me know what you think. Are you going Platinum Reserve Armada over, say, a Yukon Denali? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, then you're being part of the Raised Rides family. Gotta give it to the hardest working person in videography, Lori Raiti, working that camera like a champ. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.